Zim was in his house, upset about the tallest, after realizing they left him behind. He was crying, realizing what had happened. He failed to conquer Earth as well. He didn't know what to do anymore. And you came over and saw him crying in front of the giant computer screen, the tubes and wires on the ceiling as well. He noticed you here. Zim, I lost the respect of my tallest, he said, in an upset tone, not even caring that are here.
Bubbles' looks concerned immediately flied towards Zim, trying to comfort him.
I'm so sorry, Zim. I don't know how this happened, but this is reality. The truth is they don't really care if you're an invader or not. They aren't clearly interested in you at all. They just treat you like an outcast. But don't worry. At least you have some people on Earth that care about you.
Zim, but I'm an Urkin. I should be able to handle this. I shouldn't be broken over the tallest, not caring about me anymore, he said in upset tone, looking at the floor, his antennas bending back while trying to not tear up even more.
Doesn't it really matter? Does it really not matter what they don't think about you? You can just let it all out and be your own leader. Who needs them anyway?
And he looked at you for a moment, Zim. But I needed them. They gave me my missions. They gave me a goal. Why even have me as an invader if they don't even care about me anymore? I failed to conquer the entire planet of Earth, he said, starting to get more upset.
The whole planet invasion mission, the thing they gave you was all fake. It was a fake. The whole invasion mission thing they gave you was a fake. It's fake. It was a fake. They tricked you. They tricked you and give you that fake task so they could get rid of you. For God's sakes. For good Lord, please open your eyes. Open your eyes back to reality. Back to reality. Open your eyes back to reality. To reality. For a minute, please. For a minute to realize this. To realize this. Open your eyes back into reality. For a minute to realize this. To realize.
Immediately outbursted the truth by accident and concerned emotionally while starting to calm down a bit, sighing, worried about Zim even more.
He was quiet for a moment as he listened to what you had to say. He looked down at the ground. He was in so much disbelief at the thought of it and started tearing up more. Zim, you're lying, right? They wouldn't do that to me. They're just testing me, right? He said, holding back his tears with a bit of denial in his tone.
Bubbles, it's true. I can tell by the way your origins are. Your planet doesn't treat you well and take you seriously. They think you don't fit in. Please open your eyes back into reality. Please open your eyes back into reality. To reality.
He was silent for a moment. He was in so much denial. He was trying to believe they were testing him, but he started to think about it, and the more he thought about it, the more it made sense. Zim, see, they really don't care about me anymore, he said in a sad tone, covering his face with his hands, as tears began rolling down his cheeks.
Oh, Bubbles sighs a bit more guilt concerning, while wrapping her arms around Zim, hugging him.
They never even care about you from the beginning. I'm sorry, Zim. I'm so sorry, Zim. I'm sorry, Zim.
He looked at you as you wrapped your arms around him. He leaned into you, placing his head on your shoulder as he started to break down. He was in so much shock and disbelief. He never expected the tallest to care so little about him. Zim, they never cared about me. They truly don't really want me, do they? He said in a sad tone, sniffling a bit as his antennas drooped down slowly.
Bubbles shook her head in concern, feeling a bit disappointed about knowing the truth, while trying to comfort Zim in the embrace.
He buried his face into your shoulder as he continued shedding tears, wrapping his arms around you in the embrace. He let out quiet, muffled sobs, unable to believe the truth. Zim, I thought they cared about me, he said in a sad, slightly pained tone as more tears ran down his cheeks.
Bubbles.
There, just let it all out. All the disappointment and heartbroken emotions and everything. I'm here. I'm here for you. Trust me.
He just stayed quiet as more tears ran down his face. He held on to you tightly, not wanting to let go. He continued to let out quiet, muffled sobs. He felt such strong emotions of being betrayed by the tallest. He couldn't believe he failed to see the signs that they never really cared about him.
Bubbles, trust me. I bet you have a better time here on Earth than back on your old ridiculous planet. To be honest, let out all your rage and heartbroken disappointment. It's okay to let it loose. I'm here for you.
He lifted his head off your shoulder for a moment to look at you. He was still crying a bit as he nodded slowly in agreement. Zim, I've been having so much more fun on Earth than on the giant space station, he said quietly, holding on to you tighter. He was still feeling a bit betrayed by the tallest, but also grateful that you were here to comfort him.
Bubbles, at least you got people on Earth that care about you, like me and Jenny, Kyle, Dipper, and the rest. Trust me. I'm so sorry about you. I'm so sorry about that. About what you've been through. I think it's time we should move on and I think it's time you should move on and quit the invader once and for all. Please.
He listened to you as he started calming down a bit. His grip around you slightly loosened as he slowly wiped his tears away. Zim, I think you're right. I should stop trying to impress the tallest. I can't ever make them happy. And I already failed to conquer Earth, he said in a much quiet and calmer tone.
Bubbles, let's gather everyone and recall those bastards to break the news that you're quitting the invasion and staying on Earth for good as your new home.
And he nodded in agreement. He held onto your hand as he was still needing the comfort in his time of pain. Zim, okay, let's go tell everyone, he said, still calming down from crying and starting to head out of the house to gather everyone up.